The city's slow, I take a seat, let the moment flow. A cup of coffee.
Have you ever felt mentally exhausted but you don't even know how to explain why? Like your mind is constantly loud all the time. Lately, I've been trying to slow down more, and honestly, journaling to God has been helping me more than I expected. Not in a perfect aesthetic way either, just real messy thoughts, prayers, overthinking, fears, everything. So, in this video, I just wanted to talk like we're friends about mental health, feeling behind in life sometimes, faith, and how journaling became one of the healthiest things for me lately. So today I wanted to sit down and talk casually for a little bit because honestly, journaling to God has been helping me so much lately. And I know that sounds really simple, but for me, it became one of the most healthiest things I've started doing for my mind. I feel like for a long time I've kept everything inside my head and I would overthink constantly, stress myself out, compare myself to other people, worry about my future, and just mentally spiral sometimes. And when you keep everything bottled up for too long, it honestly becomes exhausting. Especially now with social media, I feel like it's easy to feel behind in life. You see people getting married, getting careers, buying houses, traveling everywhere, and becoming successful. Sometimes you just sit there wondering, what am I doing with my life? And I've definitely struggled with that feeling before. There were moments where I felt embarrassed that I didn't have everything figured out yet. Moments where I questioned myself and wondered if I was wasting my life or not moving fast enough. And I think those thoughts affected me more than I realized, but journaling kind of became a reset button for me. Instead of keeping everything trapped in my head, I started writing things down and talking to God honestly. Not in a perfect way either. Sometimes my entries are literally messy paragraphs. Sometimes I repeat myself over and over. Sometimes I just write things like, God, please help me mentally today, or I feel overwhelmed, I feel lost right now. And weirdly enough, after writing, I feel lighter, I feel calmer, I feel like my thoughts aren't attacking me as much as before. And one thing I really love about journaling is being able to look back and read old pages, because sometimes I look at something I wrote months ago and when I was struggling really badly, and I realized I actually made it through that season. At that time, I felt like the end of the world, but now I look back and realize I survived it. And I think journaling helps you physically see your growth over time. You start noticing patterns in your emotions, your mindset, your habits, your faith, and even the way you speak to yourself. I noticed that I became more kinder to myself over time, and honestly, that's something I really needed. I used to be extremely hard on myself. I would compare my life to everyone else and feel like I wasn't doing enough. And comparison really generally steals so much peace from people, because everybody's timeline is different, everybody's life is different, everybody struggles with things privately that you probably know nothing about. And I'm learning that life is not a race. You're allowed to grow slowly, you're allowed to heal slowly, you're allowed to still be figuring things out. I think sometimes we pressure ourselves to have our entire future planned immediately, but realistically, most people are still learning themselves every year. And honestly, journaling has helped me become more self aware. It helps me process my emotions instead of ignoring them. It helps me calm down instead of reacting emotionally. It helps me reflect instead of constantly distracting myself, because before I think I spent too much time doom scrolling or trying to escape my emotions instead of actually sitting with them. Now I try to slow down more. I'll make tea, sit quietly, open my notebook, maybe read the Bible verse, and just breathe for a second. And those little moments generally become therapeutic for me. Not everything has to be loud or dramatic to be healing. Sometimes healing is actually very quiet, and honestly, I still have hard days. I still struggle mentally sometimes. I still overthink. I still get anxious about my future and wonder where life is taking me. But compared to I was before, I feel more grounded now. I feel more hopeful. I feel more connected to myself, my faith, my purpose. So if you've been struggling mentally or emotionally lately, maybe try journaling. Even if you're not good at writing, even if it feels awkward at first, just start somewhere. Write honestly, because sometimes the most healing thing you can do is finally let your thoughts out instead of carrying them all alone. And yeah, I wanted to share that because journaling gently became something really meaningful in my life lately. So, yeah, thank you for listening, and I hope you're taking care of yourselves too.
When each time the day is one, sun again set and everything's fine. A gentle breeze, the city's slow. I take a seat, let the moment flow.